Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel DevOps World. Today I'm going to show you how to create your first EC2 instance. So without any further delay, let's get started. So once you logged in with your IAM credential or root credential, you're able to see this kind of dashboard. So basically in this dashboard you are able to see I am currently in Mumbai region. So now I'm going to deploy my EC2 instance in Mumbai. But if you want to deploy your EC2 instance in any other region, so you can select that region and you can deploy your EC2 instance. But remember guys, once you select any region and you deploy any services, might be those services are not visible in another AWS region. So you have to be sure that what reason you are going to select to deploy your EC2 instance, so that in your future you are not going to face any kind of problem. So is to deploy any EC2 instance, either you can search it here EC2, or you can click this services and come to compute, and you can select from here also EC2 instance. So as of now we can just search here EC2 instance, and we can click this link. So once you click this link, you come to this EC2 dashboard, where it will give you the summarized overview, how many EC2 instance or how many instance are running state and other services as well. So to deploy EC2 instance, you just scroll a bit down, select this launch instant drop down menu and select launch instant. After selecting this launch instant, you're able to see all different types of AMI here, like AMI Linux 2, Mac OS, Red Hat, SUSE Linux, Ubuntu, Windows, and other operating system as well. But our aim here to deploy EC2 instead as a free tier bucket. So left hand side you have this checkbox to click this free tier only, so that whatever the AMI right now you are able to see, it's come under free tier, and after deploying you are not going to pay any kind of money. So right now I'm deploying this Amazon EC2 Linux 2. So I just select this 64-bit. After selecting, we need to choose a instant type. Except T2 micro, if you select any of instant type, then you are going to pay the money based on per second or per hour. So please ensure that guys you select this T2 micro. Apart from this, if you select any other instant type, you are going to pay the money. So I just selected this T2 micro and click configure instant detail. So here basically you have to provide the details, how many types of EC2 instance you are going to deploy, where you want to deploy, and what will be the IP. So as of now, AWS providing default subnet and VPG, so that we don't need to create a separate VPC or subnet unless you are not customize your VPC or subnet. So as of now I am going to deploy one EC2 instance, so I just selected as a 1, and after that you just click on add storage. So basically storage will tell you how many GBs of your hard drive will going to attach to your EC2 instance. And here delete on termination check mark, it is there because once you terminate your EC2 instance, by default your this hard drive, basically this device, or you can say that this snapshot will going to delete. If you unselect this delete on termination, so what happen if you terminate your EC2 instance, but after that you are not able to delete your volume type. So and if you do not delete the volume type, so as long as you hold your volume, you are going to pay the money for that. So be sure that guys you want to delete this hard drive, or you don't want to delete the hard drive. Based on that you select this option. And also friends, you able to see here free tier eligible customer can get up to 30 GB of EPS SSD or magnetic storage. So basically AWS is trying to say that if you want to increase your volume size, so you can go up to 30 GB. Apart from this 30 GB, if you beyond keeping size more than 30 GB, so per GB you have to pay the money. So as of now I just keeping by default 8 GB and click this add tags. So basically tags, it's giving you facility to recognize your EC2 installed instead. So what purpose, for what purpose or for what project you are going to deploy your EC2 instance. So that information is basically giving and providing your EC2 tags. So suppose I'm from the developer team and I have a created one EC2 instance as a developer. But from the tester, suppose might be he have access to see all kind of read properties of EC2 instance. So he can go and if he see that okay one EC2 instance belongs to developer team, so he will recognize that okay this EC2 instance belongs to developer team. So like that you have to be very specific and meaningful names so that later on you can recognize your EC2 instance and based on that you can deploy or attach EC2 instance to other services as well. So I just for as of now I just give demo EC2 and select configuration security group. So basically security groups will allow and deny request for your EC2 instance. So for any Linux server to connect from PuTTY or any other software tool, we have to provide SSH port 2020. If you do not enable SSH port 2020, so you are not able to log in or your might be your EC2 instance is not reachable from your machine. So we ensure that to connect your EC2 instance you have to enable 22 port, and here description also is there. You can give description like this port is for SSH connection and the source. So basically source will tell you from where the traffic should be land on your EC2 instance. If I select custom, so very specific range of IPv4 or you can say that IPv6 will able to take your EC2 instant access. But suppose you are not keeping this EC2 instance as a private and you are thinking to connect your EC2 instance from anywhere from anywhere of the world, so you can select anywhere or you can select my IP so that your EC2 instance can be reachable and logged in from only your system. So based on your convenience you can select your source. For as of now I just keeping as it is, and you can change your security group name also or you can keep remain as it is. So I just giving my first security group, and after that you go to review and launch, and before launching you have to create a new key pair. If you have already key pair, so you can select that key pair, or if you do not have a key pair, in my case I do not have any key pair, so I just going to create a new key pair. So I just giving the key pair name Linux EC2. So why we need this key pair? So basically AWS will communicate with your EC2 instance through the private key. So once you download this key, so you have one public private key and AWS have your public key. So once you provide this private key at the time of connecting EC2 instance, so what happened, AWS in backend, AWS validate your key and is trying to match your key from private key to public key. So once the key will match, then only AWS allow you to connect to EC2 instance. So once you give the key pair name, you just click on download key pair, save key pair. I just giving index to dashboard, save. And very important guys, do not lose this file. If you lose this file, you are not able to again download this file. So this file is very important for future reference as well and performing operation on EC2. So once you download this file, you just click on launch instant. If everything will goes correct, then you are able to see your instant are launching. So once you click this, you directly to land this EC2 dashboard where you can see the state of your EC2. So right now the instant state is pending. So once the state change from pending to running, then you able to log in your EC2 instant. So now question arises, how I will log into my EC2 instant. So if you see down here instant summary, if I just little bit up, so you have this public IP and private IP. So private IP basically means you are deploy your EC2 instant in privately, so nobody can access outside the world, and public IP to connect your EC2 instant directly from your system. And you have other information as well, like your public DNS, host name, EC2 types, and most information are there related to your EC2 instance. So I just refresh it. So now it's running. So I'll just copy this IP. But before logging to this IP, we need to change our public private key to public. So we go to PuttyGen. So if you do not have PuttyGen, no need to worry guys. I have another software which called MobaXterm, which doesn't require any key conversion, and you can directly use your downloaded key pair and you can connect your EC2 instant quickly. So but many people are used to connect EC2 instant using Putty. So first I am going to show you how to connect using Putty. Then after that I will show you how to connect your MobaXterm software, which is very familiar and very popular tool. But in Putty, before you are using that key, you have to use this PuttyGen to convert your key and make your private. So I just by mistake I clicking generate. I just click Putty, then Gen, then you click this load, and you have to come where you have keep the file. By default it's come private key. You have to select this all file so that you are able to see whatever the key you have. So right now my key name is linux ec2.pam. So I'll just click this file, and after clicking this file you have to click on this save private key. It will ask you that you have to save this file without passphrase. You have to select yes, and after that you have to, this file will going to save as a private, and you have to keep name like Linux. So I just keep this file so that both file doesn't have the different name, so it will again create the confusion. So once you convert your key, after that you select Putty. So in Putty, then you have to select your public IP. You just keep public IP, and we know that the port by default is 2022 to connect your EC2 instant. So you have to keep as it is, or if it is not populating here 22, so you can keep 2020 by yourself. So after that you have to go to connection. After connection you have to come to SSH, and in SSH you have to come to auth. So in auth, basically you have to provide the private key for authentication, so that AWS will recognize this file and it will allow you to log in your EC2 instant. So browse this file. I have saved in desktop, and I just select this one and click open. You have to click yes because you are connecting this EC2 instant first time, so it will ask you yes or no. So once you give the yes, then you have to see that it is asking login as. Now the question arises, I do not have created any user, so what will be the my user for this EC2 instance to connect. So right now by default AWS provide the username EC2-user for all the Linux server, and for the Windows it is administrator. So if you able to see, I'm able to log in our EC2 AMI. So if I do df-kh, so you able to see the root partition has 8 GB. So this is the main partition which you have selected at the time of creation of EC2 instance. So one thing important guys, here once you create this EC2 instance, and now I go to again to my dashboard and I change the region. Suppose I select Singapore. So why I am showing this one, so you will understand why I am saying that to focus on your region before deploying any EC2 instance. Now you able to see it's showing that you do not have any instance in this region. So if I go to EC2 dashboard, also you are not able to see any region, because the EC2 is basically a region specific. So in which region you have deployed the EC2 instance, so that instance will be visible for that particular region. So if you change region from one region to another region, so you are not going to see your EC2 instance. If I select again Mumbai, so now you are deployed EC2 instance able to see. So I hope guys you able to understand how to deploy an EC2 instance. If you have any query or question, you can give comment on my video and I'll try to give answer as soon as possible. For as of now guys, thank you for coming my channel. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever the new video will upload, you will get the notification. So thank you guys, and we meet in next video.